What's up, guys? Jason Cardamone here. We're going to talk about purpose and really creating momentum in your business, or really in any part of your life. We're going to talk about business. You can apply this to, athletics, hobbies, your job, your family, to anything. And this also does not apply to all of you because, and here's why. I'm going to talk about this idea of surrendering to your purpose. And here's who it doesn't apply to. If you don't know what your purpose is, it's going to be real hard to surrender to it. You're just going to be surrendering, you're going to be committing to things that maybe are the wrong guidance for you. Because we're all unique individuals. We all have our own unique gifts. You may be an amazing copywriter like I am, but then you may have some other strengths that are just phenomenal that I can never live up to, and I probably have other gifts that you may not have as well. So we all have our unique gifts, and a part of that comes purpose. See, I believe we're all put here for a very special reason, and I've seen this throughout all my years, teams of over 30,000 people. I've coached thousands and thousands of people personally, and one-on-one and group coaching, where I've just seen this. This is what I've seen to be true in the world, is that people have this unique set of gifts, and when they kind of figure these out and unlock them, you can then go out and just live really an amazing life of fulfillment and gratitude and just growth and contribution all the time, which are two of the main, things that will really create fulfillment for you. So here's where this all comes from is we're here at the end of 2013, and right around this time for the last 5 years, I've really created this massive momentum, which usually lasts anywhere from a month to many, many months, in a row. And my biggest run, so to say, my biggest time where I've just from right around now, I just built this massive momentum was this year, right around this time last year. And I created this momentum that literally lasted for months and months and months. And let me shut my phone off, sorry guys, or let me get it away from me at least. And what was cool is that it sustained, because I always have these periods of gain momentum for a few days, a week, even a month or so, but then lose it. But what happened this time last year is I kept this momentum literally for 6 months straight, where it was just growth and contribution and massive growth, financial growth and spiritual growth, emotional growth. The amount I was contributing to literally the entire world, not just to my business partners. And so I've really been looking into that, but then late in the summer and then going into the fall, I really lost a lot of momentum, so it caused me to look at patterns and how did I ever gain this momentum in the first place? And here's this idea that's really been almost haunting me over these last several days here, maybe a few weeks or so, is this idea of surrendering to your purpose. And as I begin to think about it more, what's really been happening is that I'm justifying, and I don't really have the right words for it, but I'm not just saying, okay, God, you gave me this purpose, and I know exactly, here is my purpose, or my mission statement, that the purpose of my life is to love, to enjoy the journey, and to inspire, teach, and serve others. And I live that every single day with everything I do, with my family, my business. That is my life mission statement. It's my purpose. It's why I'm here on earth. And I guess it's really more about how do I live that to a higher level, kind of raising my standard. Let's say we all have nutrition standards, and you may, I remember when I went from white bread to wheat bread, that was a big deal. I was 32 or something, and for the first 32 years of my life I wouldn't touch wheat bread. I hated it. But then I made this change, and now I don't touch white bread unless it's my only option. I don't even eat that much bread. So anyway, who cares about what I eat? But I raise my standard, and then again and again. And my nutrition standard has constantly been raised, especially over these last like 7 to 8 years or so. And so anyway, there's always a new standard, there's always more you can do. And this idea of surrendering to my purpose, here's really what, I'm gonna try to find the right words for this. And this is really to serve those of you who you even know part of your mission statement, or maybe you know the whole thing. Maybe you know exactly why you're put here on earth. And if you don't, go click the link below this video, go join on my list. I go through other exercises to walk you through stuff like that. Totally, we do all kinds of stuff. I give so much value, it's ridiculous. My coaching rates are $300 per hour. I have people on my list. All you do is enter your email address, and that will, you will get literally thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of value just from the stuff I share on my, to the people that are subscribed as part of my list. So back to, I want to try to explain what this means. And I want you to surrender to your purpose, because as I've done this, it's really allowed me to really be way more productive, to gain back into momentum like instantly, and really to make it a lot more effortless in creating like way more money, an amazing lifestyle, everything. It's just a lot more effortless when I consistently look, okay, this is my purpose. I need to surrender to this. I don't need to fight against it. Anything that goes against this, look, this is the reason I'm here. Just surrender. What does surrendering really means? It means, if you're in like a holdup or something, let's say you finally surrender to the other side, or in a war, it means you lay down your arms, your guns, you come out and you surrender and you let them capture you or whatever. So the idea of surrendering to your purpose is like, okay, purpose, and I'm talking about it as if it's this real thing, because it is. And okay, purpose, I'm surrendering to you. You are the reason I was put here on earth. How can I serve you at a higher level? It's funny, I'm talking about, this purpose as if it's a person, and it's really, I don't know how else to really explain it, but to look at the gifts you have and the special things, the reasons why you're actually here, and just to surrender. There's no fighting, there's no arguing. It's like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I've always applied my mission statement to everything I do, but maybe it's not always a real conscious decision. Maybe some of it's actually because a lot of it's unconscious competence for me, and that's a totally different subject. But there are definitely times where I could surrender to my mission statement at a much higher level and not have to even think about it or fight about it. That's what I mean about the effortlessness, is that it's so much easier to make decisions when I weigh it against my mission statement. For example, so in the last week, I needed to take my wife into the doctor one day, and she wasn't able to drive. She's in a lot of pain. And I was really busy. I was very productive with work that day. I haven't worked for years now because I love what I do. I love creating these videos for you guys and my team. And but I was really productive in getting a lot of work, business stuff done. And but what's my purpose? To inspire, teach, and serve others. The purpose of my life is to love. And so I looked at, is that really loving my wife if I'm like, making up excuses why we shouldn't go for like another hour or two, or trying to get my assistant to go take my wife for me, which I could have done that too. That could be a way of giving my business love and my wife at the same time. But it was cool because we got to share some, our doctor's like 30 minutes away or so. So we got to share that whole hour in the car, plus the other probably an hour total at the doctor's office. So a very special 3 hours of one-on-one time, or mostly one-on-one. And it was just really, it was a really great decision that served my mission statement at a much higher level. And then I gained so much energy and momentum out of that. I then came back and kicked even more butt with my business stuff. So I thought I was productive before. I came back after that and I was massively productive. And so I can't think of any other examples on really how to explain how to surrender to your purpose. I can tell you this, when you successfully surrender, it will feel so much easier and effortless, as if a weight just lifts off, like, this is really easy now. And when I say easy, I'm talking about like the decisions of, what do I do? You know, should I do this or this in business, or this, you know, if you have these different choices. When you surrender to your purpose, you instantly know the one that's going to serve it at the highest level, and you don't even have to make a choice. It's done. It's like, do that. You don't even, there's no second guessing and overthinking and delaying and procrastinating. Because that's really, one of the biggest problems we as humans have is that not taking immediate action on something. So what this allows you to do is gain clarity and then immediately take action, because then you get so much stuff done like that. You know, most people, they will try to like overthink things like, well, where can this fit in my schedule? Let me do this, and then, oh, and then this gonna happen. And they're just living this whole fantasy world in their minds, and they're not getting anything done because they're planning and scheduling and worried about the outcome. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna not work? Blah, blah, blah. All this noise that's just draining all your creative and emotional and all kinds of energy you have. And you only have a little bit of that stuff. And the way to really tap into it and gain much, much more and make it super productive, just take massive action very quickly. Don't mess around, take quick action, and then it'll be amazed. You will be amazed at the kind of things that open up, and the new options, the new doors and windows that present themselves. And so really that's it. This whole idea of surrender to your purpose. Now, if you don't know what your purpose is, you need to join my list for sure, and I will go through other things. Actually, you can even go join my list and then reply to the email you get back and say, hey, you talked about figuring out your purpose. How do I do that? Be happy to help you with that. It's been such a cool feeling that I've been playing around with this for the last couple weeks or so, and engaging in it, not just thinking about, well, maybe I should surrender to my purpose, but literally just surrendering to it, you know, the majority of the time. You know, I can't really think of too many times in the last week, couple days. I can't remember, the whole week's been a blur, but the last few days, I can't remember any times that I can't remember very many times that I have not surrendered to my purpose. And it's just made it so effortless and enjoyable and fun. And I'm doing things that I normally would have procrastinated, and because I wasn't just giving in, surrendering. This is my purpose. Let me just go serve this. And knowing, having a faith that when you serve your purpose, everything else is going to take care of itself. Everything. Your finances, your emotions, your relationships, your spiritual life, everything will take care of itself when you surrender to the real reasons you're actually here. And for some of you, that may mean making some big decisions, like letting go of some businesses that are garbage. Some of you guys have businesses you've been struggling at for a long time, and it's because it's the wrong business. Maybe you have the wrong team, the wrong products, the wrong services. Maybe you have the wrong sponsor or coach. Maybe you just need to, whoever your coach is, fire your coach and get a new coach. For some of you, maybe you're just not, I was in this company for a long time making great 5 figures a month, and I just wasn't passionate about the company and the product. And the money was great. It was a great excuse just to sit there, but I was not serving my mission statement, my customers, my teams at the highest level, because I wasn't serving my mission statement at the highest level. So I couldn't get that pumped up about it. The money was amazing. We were very blessed by that. I'm very grateful for that company to this day. But when I'm not super passionate about the product, I couldn't continue to just going down that road because I was not surrendering to my purpose. And when I finally did that, I actually still make some residual income from that company, thousands and thousands per month. But I let that go. It was pretty freaky because I spent a lot of years there. But then all of a sudden dove into what I was passionate about, what I'm doing right now. And it was just, my life has been magical. This whole last year, since I made that decision around a year ago, my life has been magical. We've made more money this year than we've ever made in our entire lives. I've had more fun this year. The entire year has been an order of magnitude better than any other year I've ever had. Maybe not a whole order of magnitude, maybe twice as good, 50%, but I don't know. I don't know how to put numbers to it, but it's definitely been the best year of my life in several ways. And not just me, that applies to my family. Even my wife, she's been having medical issues. Even for her, as bad as physically she's been feeling for like months now, she is still having one of the best years of her life. So that's very, you really got to look at this whole idea of surrendering to purpose and just doing it. And if you're able to dig deep inside, here's a part of how you figure out your purpose. You dig deep inside, you got to get in touch with your intuition. And I'm pointing right around here. You know, Eastern philosophy calls it certain things, and I'm not going in. I don't care what your beliefs are or anything. What I know is that we all have something called an intuition. And if you don't think you have it anymore, go hang out with some kids and watch how intuitive they are. It'll blow your mind, like they're psychic. That's something all of us have, but most adults have learned how to bury that because we weren't trained correctly growing up and we didn't know any better. And it's a gift all humans have. All of it. It's like sight. Not everybody can see. There's a few blind people, but it's something we all can do overall, or hearing, or touching, or tasting, or whatever. There's certain commonalities, right? One of those is the gift to use your intuition, and everybody has it. It may be like a weak muscle you haven't used for years, but you have it. And part of getting in touch with that is a piece of unlocking your purpose and the ability to just surrender to it. So I love you guys. If you enjoyed this, you ain't seen nothing yet. I can offer so much massive value. Jump on my list. Just go down below, click a link somewhere. You can get on my, my free email list. Literally free. I don't mean that sarcastically. And you will get so much value out of the videos and all the things I send to you. I guarantee it can change your life. And I'm not even asking for any money or anything. I do this as a part of serving my purpose. So, love you guys. Wish you all the best. Looking forward to serving you at an even higher level. And until next time, to your ultimate success. And God bless, guys.